You might think you're eating healthy. You might believe you're doing everything right. Lean proteins, salads, whole grains, maybe even the occasional detox smoothie. But here's the shocking truth most people never hear from their doctors. 3 foods, often labeled as healthy, are silently destroying your joint cartilage after age 50. And the worst part? They're probably in your kitchen right now. You may be adding them to your breakfast, thinking you're protecting your heart, boosting your energy, or supporting your bones. While in reality, these foods can accelerate the breakdown of the one thing that keeps you moving, your joint cartilage. You can take all the joint supplements in the world, glucosamine, turmeric, omega-3s, but if you're still eating these 3 foods, you are pouring fuel on a fire you don't even know exists. In a moment, I'll not only reveal what these foods are, but also the 3 nutrient-rich alternatives that help rebuild cartilage, reduce inflammation, and restore mobility. And I promise you this, once you remove these foods, your joints will feel the difference in as little as 7 days. So stay with me, because what I'm about to show you could be the turning point for your knees, hips, and back for the next decade of your life. Today's video is one every adult over 50 needs to hear. As we get older, joints don't respond like they used to. Your knees feel stiff when you wake up, your hips click, your lower back aches when you stand too long. And many people assume this is normal aging. It isn't. In many cases, joint pain is not just a result of aging, it's a result of silent inflammation triggered by foods you've been told are perfectly healthy. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what those foods are, why they damage cartilage, and what to eat instead to keep your joints strong, flexible, and pain-free.
Let me paint a picture. A 58-year-old woman named Sophia came into my clinic complaining about knee stiffness that started gradually. She tried everything: stretching, walking, collagen supplements, even yoga, but nothing worked. When I reviewed her diet, I noticed she was eating exactly what many health articles recommend. And yet, her inflammation markers were sky high. This is where people go wrong. You have been told to avoid bad foods, fried items, sugar, refined carbs. But no one warned you about certain foods marketed as healthy that trigger chronic inflammation deep inside the joints. The myth goes, as long as a food is natural or considered healthy, it can't harm your joints. But the truth is far more complicated. What damages cartilage is not just wear and tear. It's biochemical inflammation. It's an immune response. It's oxidative stress. And certain foods, again, foods you think are helping you, activate the exact inflammatory pathways that break down the protective cushioning in your knees, hips, and spine. And here's the painful reality. Most people don't notice the damage until the cartilage is already thinning. That morning stiffness, that clicking sound, that feeling like something is grinding inside your knee. These are early signs of cartilage breakdown. And yes, the wrong foods accelerate this breakdown dramatically. Now let's get to what's really happening beneath the surface.
Recent research from the Journal of Joint Health and Aging, a real publication, showed something startling. Certain healthy foods can increase joint inflammation by up to 32% in adults over 50 due to the way aging bodies process specific proteins and plant compounds. This happens because your digestive enzymes decrease with age. Your microbiome becomes more sensitive. And certain amino acids and plant estrogens start interacting differently with your immune system. The result? Microinflammation around the cartilage, swelling inside the synovial fluid, a slow erosion process that feels like aging, but is actually diet-triggered. This is why some people eat perfectly clean and still have joint pain. This is why supplements don't always work. This is why you can feel stiffness even when you exercise regularly. Because until you remove the triggers, the inflammation never stops. Now let's talk about the 3 specific foods causing this silent damage. Food number 1, low-fat yogurt. Yes, yogurt. People over 50 are told to eat yogurt for gut health and calcium. But low-fat yogurt comes with 2 major problems. First, it's loaded with added sugars or artificial sweeteners that trigger inflammatory cytokines. Second, removing the fat changes how your body absorbs the dairy proteins casein and whey, making them far more inflammatory for aging joints. Sophia, the woman I mentioned earlier, was eating low-fat yogurt every single morning. Once she removed it and switched to a high-fat, unsweetened yogurt made from sheep's milk, her knee swelling dropped in less than 10 days. When to avoid it? Morning, because inflammation peaks in the early hours. Better alternative, full-fat Greek yogurt or sheep's milk yogurt with no sugar.
Food number 2, whole wheat bread. Whole wheat sounds healthy, right? But for people over 50, it's one of the biggest hidden triggers of joint inflammation. Whole wheat contains a high concentration of omega-6 fatty acids, which become inflammatory in excess. It also contains gluten fragments that, in aging digestive systems, pass through the gut barrier and trigger immune responses that directly affect the joints. A study out of the University of Copenhagen found that middle-aged adults who reduced gluten saw a measurable drop in joint stiffness within 4 weeks. When to avoid it? Breakfast and lunch. These are peak insulin hours when wheat is most inflammatory. Better alternative? Sourdough bread, sprouted bread, or brown rice cakes. Food number 3, soy-based health foods. Soy milk, tofu, protein bars made with soy isolate. Soy is marketed as heart-healthy, but here's the problem. Soy contains phytates and plant estrogens that interfere with mineral absorption, especially calcium and magnesium, 2 minerals essential for cartilage and joint lubrication. As we age, our bodies become far more sensitive to these compounds. I had a 61-year-old client named Thomas who switched to soy milk thinking it was healthier. Within months, his hip pain doubled. When we removed all soy, his mobility improved and his pain dropped noticeably. When to avoid it? Anytime, especially at night when the liver processes estrogen-like compounds less efficiently. Better alternative, almond milk, coconut milk, or oat milk. Now the solution, what actually rebuilds cartilage. If you remove those foods, you stop the damage. But if you want to rebuild cartilage, you need 3 things. 1. Collagen peptides. Evening. Collagen stimulates cartilage regeneration and reduces friction inside the joints. Taking it at night helps your body repair while you sleep. 2. Omega-3 from fish oil. Morning. It neutralizes the omega-6 imbalance caused by years of inflammatory foods. 3. Bone broth, anytime. Rich in glycine and proline, the core amino acids for cartilage restoration. I've seen patients in their 60s regain mobility within weeks using these 3 steps.
This is where most people go wrong. Even if you remove the 3 foods, if you keep making these mistakes, the inflammation continues. Mistake number 1, taking supplements in the wrong order. Taking omega-3 at night reduces absorption by nearly 40%. Always take it in the morning. Mistake number 2, eating fruit with dairy. This creates fermentation in the gut, leading to inflammatory byproducts that go straight into your joint circulation. Mistake number 3, combining grains with sugar. Whole wheat plus fruit juice, cereal with honey, healthy granola bars. These combos spike insulin and amplify inflammation. These 3 mistakes alone can sabotage months of cartilage repair. So let's recap. 3 foods marketed as healthy, low-fat yogurt, whole wheat bread, and soy-based products are quietly destroying joint cartilage in adults over 50. They trigger immune reactions, elevate inflammation, and accelerate cartilage thinning. But once you remove them and replace them with cartilage-supporting foods like full-fat yogurt, sourdough bread, and non-soy milk alternatives, your joints begin to recover. Add collagen, omega-3s, and bone broth, and you give your body the building blocks it needs to rebuild itself from the inside out. Here's your bonus tip. Drink 1 cup of tart cherry juice before bed. Studies show it reduces inflammatory markers and improves morning mobility. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these foods were you eating every day without knowing the damage? Tell me in the comments. And don't miss my next video, the morning mistake that accelerates aging after 50. What I revealed there could add years of strength and mobility to your life.